Good day and welcome to Mayor King's TV News. Now to begin the news, here are the headlines read by Timiela Emanuela. Tinubu appoints former Lagos Commissioner Opeifa as MD of Nigeria Railway Corporation. Wike Fubara smiles after meeting Tinubu over Niger Delta issues. Oboiweri salutes Broderick Bozimo at 86. Abuja doctors declare 3-day strike as they shut down hospitals. Ekweremadu's wife, freed from UK prison, returns to Nigeria. On entertainment, Bobrisky reacts to Trump's two-gender policy, saying he will provide transformation evidence. On business, CBN vows to tackle buying and selling of Naira notes. On foreign, Trump authorizes immigration agents to raid hospitals, churches, and schools. Plus, Lookman scores, provides assist in Atlanta's win over Stormgrass. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday hosted a closed-door meeting with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), Nyesom Wike, and Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, alongside a delegation of Ogoni leaders at the presidential villa in Abuja. The meeting, which brought together key stakeholders, appeared cordial, as photos shared by the Special Assistant to the President on social media, Olusegun Dada, captured Wike and Fubara smiling in a rare show of unity amid their ongoing political feud. Meanwhile, the meeting came on the heels of heightened demands from a coalition of civil society organizations advocating for the allocation of $1 trillion by the federal government for the cleanup of the Niger Delta. They also requested compensation for the livelihoods lost due to environmental degradation before the resumption of crude oil production in Ogoni land. However, the gathering was also significant given the prolonged rift between Governor Fubara and Wike, who were once close political allies. Their smiles and apparent camaraderie at the event have raised speculation about possible reconciliation or collaboration in addressing Ogoni-related and state issues. Although details of the discussion remain undisclosed, the presence of such high-profile figures underscores the federal government's focus on fostering unity and addressing critical issues in the Niger Delta region. Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Oboiweri has congratulated elder statesman and former Minister of Police Affairs Alawoyi Broderick Bozimo as he clocks 86 years on Tuesday. In a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Sir Festus Aon, in Asaba, Governor Oboiweri hailed the distinguished lawyer and political leader for his contributions to the growth and development of the state and country. He lauded Bozimo for his significant roles, particularly in the development of the state as a member of the State Advisory and Peace Building Council, and for providing political leadership to Ijaws in Delta. The Association of Resident Doctors, Federal Capital Territory Administration, ARD FCTA, has commenced a 3-day warning strike over unpaid salaries, allowances, and other demands. The strike has grounded activities in government hospitals in Abuja. The president of ARD FCTA, Dr. George Ebong, disclosed this in a press briefing in Abuja on Wednesday. Ebong said the strike came after a 3-week ultimatum issued last year by the doctors had elapsed. Speaking on behalf of ARD, Ebong decried the neglect of hospitals and doctors' welfare in the nation's capital. He stressed that doctors in Abuja have become abandoned projects, calling on the Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, to intervene to avoid the indefinite shutdown of hospitals. According to him, the decision to embark on the 3-day warning strike is a fallout from a congress held by its members on Tuesday. Mrs. Beatrice Ekweremadu, wife of former Deputy Senate President Senator Ike Ekweremadu, is back in Nigeria. A competent source disclosed the development on Wednesday. According to the source, Mrs. Ekweremadu returned to Nigeria on Tuesday. The news recalls that the Senator Ekweremadu, the wife and one Dr. Obinna Obete, were sentenced to prison by a UK court for their involvement in organ harvesting. The former Deputy Senate President was sentenced to 10 years, while his wife was sentenced to 6 years. Report shows that the return of Mrs. Ekweremadu is being celebrated across Enugu State, with many praying to have the Deputy Senate President back in the shortest possible time. Controversial Nigerian crossdresser Bobrisky has reacted to the new executive order passed by US President Donald Trump. The news reports that Trump had, during his inauguration speech on Monday, announced the recognition of only two genders, male and female, in the United States. Reacting to the news, many netizens tagged Bobrisky, who recently escaped to the US following his legal battle last year. Responding to the development, Bobrisky claimed he had undergone all procedures to transition into a woman. To buttress his claim, the crossdresser stated that he is ready to provide evidence of his transformation to prove his supposed femininity if required. Bobrisky, in a post on his Instagram page, emphasized that his journey is not affected by the new policy. Now on the business news, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), Dr. Olayemi Cardoso, has vowed to tackle commoditization, which is the buying and selling of naira notes, which has become widespread in the country. CBN Governor Mr. Olayemi Cardoso made this vow in a keynote address at the inaugural Stakeholders Conference of the Committee of Heads of Bank Operations (CHBO) in Lagos, with the theme Commoditization of Naira, the Way Forward. Represented by the Special Advisor to the CBN Governor, Fatai Karim, Cardoso stated that commoditization of the Naira poses a significant threat not only to the banking sector but also to the daily lives of Nigerians who rely on the currency for transactions. He described Naira commoditization as a process by which the national currency is being treated as a tradable asset with its intrinsic national value being subjected to the principles of capitalism rather than being seen as a means of exchange for economic and items of value. Now on the foreign scene, US immigration and border officials will be able to arrest migrants at so-called sensitive locations again after the Trump administration overturned policies limiting where such arrests could happen. Officers will now be able to make arrests at designated sensitive areas, including houses of worship, schools, and hospitals. Meanwhile, officials have been prohibited from doing this since 2011. Later, the Biden administration expanded the regulation, further restricting the authorities' power. The second directive reinstates expedited removal, allowing US ICE to quickly deport undocumented individuals unable to prove over 2 years of continuous residence. ICE agents will immediately begin nationwide operations to arrest and deport undocumented individuals, as confirmed by Trump border CAS Tom Amon, but did not disclose where the raids would take place. Finally, on sport, Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman scored one goal and provided an assist in Atlanta's 5-0 victory over Austrian club Sturm Graz on Tuesday night. Lookman netted Guyan Pero Gasperin's side fourth goal of the ninth with a beautiful header on the dot of 90 minutes. The 27-year-old then weaved through away from a couple of challenges before setting up fellow substitute Marco Berlusconi for the home team's fifth goal in the 4th minute of added time. The current Africa best player has so far registered 4 goals and 2 assists in his 6 outings for his Italian team in the competition this season. Atlanta now have 14 points from 7 games and their final fixture is against Giants Barcelona. The current UEFA Europa League champions are at least guaranteed a playoff place. Now to end the news, recap on our headlines. Tinubu appoints former Lagos Commissioner Opeifa as MD of Nigeria Railway Corporation. Wike Fubara smiles after meeting Tinubu over Niger Delta issues. Oboiwari salutes Broderick Bozimo at 86. Abuja doctors declare 3-day strike as they shut down hospitals. Ekweremadu's wife, freed from UK prison, returns to Nigeria. On entertainment, Bobrisky reacts to Trump's two-gender policy, saying he will provide transformation evidence. On business, CBN vows to tackle buying and selling of Naira notes. On the foreign scene, Trump authorizes immigration agents to raid hospitals, churches, and schools. Plus, Lookman scores provide assist in Atlanta's win over Stormgrass. That's the news as read and edited by Timiela Emanuela. Thanks for watching.